All right, here we go. It is season 19 of THL. Welcome back to Heartcenter. We've got a special guest joining us tonight. Excited to have Steffi with us. And as always, we've got Dr. Lotus Knight and DeSharmo. It's a brand new season, and we're excited to talk about a whole lot of exciting new THL stuff coming your way. Let's start off with introductions as we always do. First off, our guest here to our bottom left, Steffi. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing so well. Thank you guys for inviting me to be here. I'm very excited. How are you doing?
Happy to have you here. I'm excited to be here as always as well. Thanks for asking. Next up to the top right, still the undefeated champion of the best GIF in all of THL. It is Dr. Lotus Knight with that dancing girl. How you doing, Lotus?
Great. I'm really happy to be back. Heart Center is so much fun. Really excited for another great season.
Absolutely. And last but not least, our new show up taking the reins from me, which is much appreciated. It is the one and only DeSharmo. How you doing tonight, DeSharmo?
I am doing good. I hope you guys get a chance to hear that new intro music.
Oh yeah. I didn't actually listen to it in the lead up, but
I
looking
hate you.
forward to hearing what it sounds
We
like
were
after the
doing
show.
mental tricks. We were playing.
Uh,
True. Lotus was guessing and reading our minds.
It was fun.
I see how it is, Ron.
But yeah, without further ado, you guys want to jump into our reviews of last season and take a look at the season that was in THL season 18?
Heck
let's
yeah.
do it.
Sweet. So we start off as we typically do on this show with Hero. It was our 15th season of Hero, and Lotus, you can probably talk a little bit about this team that not only got best new team, but also won the whole thing. Blast came in blazing and just dominated. No Pros here was the team to beat all season, but they wound up in the finals against none other than Blast, who took it down. Talk to me about that magical season, Lotus.
This was a crazy season. I mean, Blast was a really fun team to play. NPH dominated most of the season. They had an insane record. But the finals were crazy. We had 5 games, all Priest wins. And it ended up taking Skittles to the end. It was such an insane game. I think if you haven't watched the replay for that one, just a lot of good Priest play. If well, Ron doesn't think there's good Priest play, but a lot of interesting Priest play, a lot of just games of Priest controlling their opponents to death, and it was amazing.
Look, just because I hate Priest doesn't mean that I can't acknowledge that they played it well. It was very well played. It was just gross.
That's fair. But it was a great season as Blast. Pasca won Best Captain for MPH's crazy record, just putting a lot of work in. As always, Pasca is amazing. Wyfair won the Rookie of the Season with a, I think he went 6-2. I don't have the exact number in front of me right now. We're 8-2, and Mr. Python, the MVP, with an 8-2 regular season record, or 9-2 actually, regular season record.
Nice. And yeah, Lotus very graciously not mentioning Mr. Python high rolling him to get the MVP over Lotus. Uh huh. Nice. Don't worry, buddy. I got your back. I'm gonna shout that out. Well earned nonetheless by Mr. Python. Incredible player, incredible season,
Oh,
and very, very close MVP race.
Mr. Python is a whopping 22-6 in his lifetime
Oh
hero.
my gosh.
Like he's lost 6 times. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
you
And
could
of
say
course, oh, go ahead.
um, you could say he would wear a ridiculous hat, but we already have someone with
Oh, there it is. The patented.
Shut up. Shh.
Of course, we are going to be seeing basically similar iterations of these championship teams showing up in the next Hero season, season 16, which is just kicked off. As No Pros here, of course, is always back, and Blast has reworked their roster slightly, but you're going to see a lot of the same players still coming back, or, well, two of the same players, right? Mako and Saku. But similar acronym at
I
least, and should be an exciting new
I
season.
I can't help it but think Maku and Sako. I don't know why, but every time you say this,
Maku.
Maku and Sako.
Actually, I had to say it in my head a few times before I actually said it, and I still doubted that I said it correctly. But I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna roll with it. But that was Hero. A very thrilling, probably one of our most competitive Hero seasons to date. But we'll see if the trend continues in season 16, just amps it up one more.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, any other things to say about the Hero Series season 15 that was before we move on to the next one?
I'm just looking at these one seats, the 10-2, 10-3. Y'all are kicking butt. That's very impressive.
Oh yeah, that was
Isn't that
nuts.
scary? I would never want to play against somebody if I saw that. I'd be like, "Oh, thank you. I'm good. I'm good."
It was a very
Ban the
scary
priest.
season.
Except those one seeds didn't even bring priest. I don't know what was going on there at the top.
The nerfs had just. We didn't think Priest was still good. If we had known, we would have brought it.
Fair. But yeah, I think the dominance of priest, especially in Hero, really shone through in this series right at the end to close it out. I mean, you,
Mm-hmm.
you can't you can't like illustrate how broken a class was any better than your Mumked versus Skittles in the final game for all the marbles. Who's gonna win the Hero Series championship? And your Mumked wins with Priest in game one, wins with Priest in game two, loses a Priest mirror in game three, loses to Priest in game 4 and 5. Ridiculous. It was just pure Priest victories. But happens.
Happens to the best.
But with that, you guys want to move on to our review for Legacy?
Let's do it.
Heck yeah! Let's get legend.
I'm just gonna show
Yeah, let's
everything
just
at
do
once here.
it. Woo! I was gonna
I
try to
love
make
the
a joke and I
enthusiasm.
couldn't.
All right, so Legacy Season 18 still trips me out to see how many numbers we have up there. Next season is actually THL season 20, which is crazy. But season 18, we had our best new team was Defias Brotherhood. Our best captain was Comp from Defias Brotherhood. Rookie of the season, mistakenly named T-Stew at one point, but is now corrected. Congrats, Geranium Battle. We didn't announce it, at the time that we announced the awards, but you are the rookie of the season. Congratulations.
Now you get the
MVP was
recognition.
T-Stew. yeah, there's your recognition, just
Nice.
super delayed, And of
Dante.
course,
Like
the winners. We don't need to talk about the winners, right? Is that Donde I see on that team? Yeah, whatever. Sylph's won. We don't need to dwell on this. It's close. They got lucky. That's scammed.
I actually love this win because it all came down to Jimfalos and Quaz. And, Jimfalos and Quaz, just their PR difference. When I saw this, I was like, man, there's no way Quaz is losing this. And there you go. Jimfalos giving one, free one to Donde.
Yeah, I love Jim. Jim is awesome. He's one of the oldest players in all of THL, and he's still showing that he can hang in there with the best of them, and took a very thrilling 5-game victory over Quaz to bring it home for the Zilfs.
Yeah. I don't know who remembers this, but from Family Feud, Jim Phillips is actually the only player to have played in every single Hero season.
The more you
Oh
know.
yeah, I think I got that question right. Hey.
Yeah.
I just love the name Hot Zilfs. I'm just gonna say it. I
And
also remember when we were playing Family Feud. I don't remember how high that was on the list or if it was on the list, but I was like, that is one of the best names.
well, if you really like it, you can get merch repping the Hot Zilfs, which is in the THL store.
Plug, plug,
Uh,
plug.
That's right, only for a limited time as well. So you got just a small little window, I think, towards the end of this month, to buy up all the merch from all these title-winning teams. That includes, our Hero Season champs, Blast, as well as Hot Zilfs and the upcoming ones.
Hmm.
Did we have any other things to say about the Legacy season that was, before we move on to our next review?
I
Good
think we're
job,
good.
guys.
Let's go on.
Great teamwork, teams.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so on to Pro then.
On this one, I actually love this logo, so I had to have it up there.
Nice. None of the other teams get the logo on there, but we all know whose logo was the favorite of THL all season long. I mean, they were a team of destiny, right? They crafted this iconic, one of a kind logo, and they just had to go all the way to the title. Um, to recap our awards for Pro Season 6, of course, our winners, Wash Tappers, Shed Ape, getting that victory. The best new team went to Para Los Chicos, where, Diamond just keeps stealing all the best new teams with a slightly changed name of For the Boys, just in Spanish. Best captain, there's got to be some mistake there. That can't be right. Uh, Ron Mexico? No way. Rookie of the season went to Fogey 8, and MVP went to um, the guy who didn't even change his lineup for multiple weeks on end and still just won every single game. Liquid Ox just dominating. Um, but in the end, Wash Tappers and their targeting strategies paid off, and they were able to take down Hype Horizon, dodging a potentially complicated merchandising issue in the process too, which was nice. We didn't have to worry about, oh, Hype Horizon already sells their own gear. How are we gonna put Hype Horizon stuff on THL's website? We don't need to worry about that. Everyone wants Shed Ape anyway. Easy.
Plus
On top
that
of that,
Shetty.
they won in 4 matches too. They didn't even need the fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team just really came through. I mean, it came down to, honestly, in this match and throughout the season, Wash Tappers was a team that very much liked to target what their opponents were bringing if their opponents displayed some tendencies. And Hype Horizon was the team that generally brought, the most tier 1 meta type lineups and just relied on the skill level of their players, which is extremely high, to just carry them to victories over and over. And it couldn't quite pay off as Wash Tapper's lineup building just kind of um, outplayed Hype Horizon there, and they took down the title. Despite 2 GMs, by the way, on Hype Horizon for this final game. Liquid Ox subbed out for Dreadeye, GM, and Big Banterface already a GM, and still, just crazy competition across THL, but Shed Ape too strong. Anything to say about the pro season that was? I thought this was a really fun one.
I agree. I had so much fun this pro season. It was kind of a all teams were doing broken stuff, but there was a lot of skill and the teams are just so good. There were so many crazy players, and even the match we got eliminated. I had fun the whole time. It was an amazing season.
Yeah. I kind of feel like THL in, previous seasons is similar to like Hearthstone in previous years compared to THL now and Hearthstone now. The power creep is getting out of control. We're just like we have actual GMs just regularly cycling through to like
True.
sub in for teams and stuff. It's just it, the the competition is at an all-time high, and I mean, if you're looking to get better, if you're looking to, learn conquest type strategies and sometimes even other formats too, like Hero. I mean, THL is such a great place to just kind of build up that skill level and play against people who are at the highest level now, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and it's like it's just not just for Pro Series; it's for all series, Hero and Legacy. It's just getting harder and harder to win a championship.
Yeah, and battlegrounds too.
Yeah,
Actually, Lolenko looking to get worse, notwithstanding. You know, we've got some extremely competitive players in battlegrounds too. Steffi, I know you play a lot more BGs than the rest of us, and you could probably speak to some of the incredibly strong players that we see in BG series.
It's true. Last season, oh my goodness. There were, I think, about 5 different teams that had like leaderboard people on there, and it's just like, oh, just casually playing Battlegrounds against Lee on a Friday night, no big deal. And it's really cool because like the only way you get better is by playing against people who, have that experience and like show up. I don't know. It's awesome. It's nice. That's like the great thing about THL is the environment. It's open for people that are brand new or people that are very competitive and want to continue to like itch that, scratch. So it's great.
True.
speaking of battlegrounds, that's a good transition to talk about the battlegrounds beta season, isn't it?
I like that idea.
Absolutely, it is. Let's
I
jump
feel
on
like
over
I'll
to
have some
BGs.
input.
Here we go. This is a more filled screen than your other ones.
Yeah, because Battlegrounds has a lot going on. A lot of people don't like to give Battlegrounds the credit it deserves, but last season, oh my goodness, that it was wild. So I remember when they were doing the reveal stream for last season, and I saw the lemurs, and I automatically was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, how is anybody gonna have a chance?" And then, of course, Bob's Bounty Hunters, who were season 1, or I know it wasn't called season 1, but the first season, were the winners, filled with again incredibly skilled players. So last season was the season for the books for sure. The Lemurs did end up getting the victory against Bob's Bounty Hunters, concede your match, and F2L Silver, with the bottom two squeezing their way into the top four. Honestly, it really was neck and neck with the Lemurs and Bob's Bounty Hunters. And as you can see for the points here, with a 5 point difference, giving it to the Lemurs. But it was so much fun. The nice thing too, where you can see where it says like Green Lobby, you could see their record throughout the whole season with how many points they accumulated, and it was very close. With averaging about roughly a 20 point difference from, well, maybe like 30, 40 point difference from first to last place. And I say that lightly because all of these players performed very well throughout the season. Um, but yeah, it was a great time. Very sad to not seeing the Lemurs and Bob's Bounty Hunters return this season because, again, I feel like one of the fun things about playing against these type of teams are people that put in that time. But there are still a lot of skilled players that we're going to see for next season. So we're on the
Hey,
lookout for that.
we've opened the door to a new champion now.
This
Bob's
is
Bounty
true.
Hunters almost made the comeback to pull one off over Lemurs, but Lemurs was just too strong wire to wire last season, and they took it down. And now the door is wide open. The tyrants have left, and maybe it's concede your match, who's been runner up and runner up basically, who can finally get that championship of their own, or maybe we see a brand new team taking the title this season. Who knows?
Who knows?
And one thing I do
Who
want to point
knows?
out for the final match was Lee, who had been doing really well all season, kind of was struggling
I know.
in this
Double
last
seven.
one, and Mr. Incredible and Jay, I can't say his name, Jay Creek,
Jay Kyrek, I
Jay
think.
Kyrek,
Pirate.
stepped it up in the B split lobby, given basically 1 and 2, given the team essentially the win over Bob's Bounty Hunters because it was close.
It was very close. Like I said, 5 point difference. That's not a lot. That's literally like a fifth and a sixth. Like it's crazy. But I don't know. They just performed. They outperformed. It was great. It was a great ride, and I can't wait to do it again next season. This season. This season, yeah. this season. That's the right verbiage.
It's sad to see good teams go, like Lemurs and Bob's Bounty Hunter, but I also love the idea of a new champion each season.
Agreed. Keeps it
Mhm.
feisty.
I'm probably gonna get hate from Donde about this, but after the Patriots had won so many Super Bowls, I was like, man, can another team please be better and win something for once?
I hear that. But any other things to say about the Battlegrounds beta season that was?
It was incredible. 10 out of 10. 11
Nice.
out of 10.
Oh, amping it up. 12 out of 10 incoming.
Pick a number between 1 and 10. No.
I just
11.
love Battlegrounds. I mean, I'm not a Battlegrounds player, and I probably won't.
You could be.
Well, I'm meh, but the thing I love about Battlegrounds is that it's so different from all the other kind of Hearthstone matches. It's not the same. We got all those series. It's just different formats, but this is like a completely different game, and it's one thing I love about this series. It just adds that variety.
Agreed.
Yeah, no comment on Battlegrounds. They got rid of Megasaur and they killed my competitiveness completely. All I knew was Murlocs. Let's move on.
Murlocs is still pretty good. I don't know.
Murlocs are still really good.
All you need is brand, and then you're good.
True.
Just be Jandis every time.
As long as you can get poison and divine shield, it's never, bad.
Never a bad transition.
But that is all of our series that we're going to cover for our recap, because there is going to be a wild week incoming very soon. So stay tuned. We are going to leave wild to our wild specialists in next week's premiere episode of THL's new wild show again. So stay tuned, all of you wild enthusiasts, for upcoming wild focused content.
Yeah, and they'll be talking about not just NA, but they'll talking about EU side as well. So they got a lot of stuff to cover.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah. Brand new EU series for Wild just started up, and I mean, just to at least not just like pass over it completely, to mention our winners from the previous season, it was F2L Viridian, who of course had a completely undefeated season and just dominated wire to wire and beat everyone's a winner in the final. But yeah, it almost seemed like a foregone conclusion all season long, and they did what they kind of expected to do and just took it down. But with that, we've got our little commercial break again. At some point, I'm probably going to have to update this, but for now, we are back with a little rapid fire commercial for you before we move on to our other segments to cover. So let's dive into it. Hey there, Twitch viewers. Have you subscribed to Team Hearth Legends yet? No? Then make today the day to be a legend yourself and subscribe to our channel. This subscription enables the THL team to cover the various costs of operating our website, as well as improve the quality of our streams and content to our viewers. I haven't done this in a while. If you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, you can sub to this channel for free. Subscribers will get a THL emoticon as well as a lovely THL chat badge. So hit that heart button, keep the notifications on, and make sure you catch our team broadcasting live. We appreciate each and every one of you. Special note to our viewers, check out THL's other social media points of interest, our website, teamhearthlegends.com. Follow us on Twitter at THL_HS. Join us on Discord at Team Hearth Legends. Check out THL POW Podcast for power rankings for all series, wherever you find your podcasts. The true Hearth Legend himself, Saku, continues to post all of our videos on our YouTube channel. Just search for Team Hearth Legends to catch everything previously recorded. You're, of course, watching us on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Team Hearth Legends, or possibly on our YouTube channel in the future. And for all you THL fanatics out there, there are THL shows every single day of the week, coming soon, at least when we're in full swing of the season. You can't go wrong tuning in at any time for some amazing Hearthstone related content. Now back to the good part. A little rusty.
Impressive. That was
rusty.
no. Pat yourself on the
Wow,
back. That's
I
pretty
did
good.
get a subscription. Thank you.
Hey,
It worked. Woo!
it works. Hey, that's awesome. Hey, thank you. How do I say your name, by the way? Is it
Justine.
Jaspine? I think Donde asked before if it was a soft J, and I know that the answer was not a soft J. It's a hard J. It's not yogging. But anyway, thank you very much for the subscription. Thank you for the support. And DeSharmo, as I understand it, we've got a 1 week new segment that we wanted to talk about
Yeah.
as a little mini preview for the season for each of our series.
Yeah, we're basically gonna talk about uh, the upcoming season, and we're just gonna talk about 3 different teams. We'll talk about a top team, a dark horse team, and maybe a team that we feel is overrated. I don't know if you'll there's like a little similarities between all of our overrated. See if you guys can pick that up at the end. But let's go right into it, Ron. I'll start us off. We each got a series to talk about, and mine is Hero series, and here are my picks for top team. Well, pick is the at Diamond team. I think that this team is very strong. It's got Lotus Knight in the 1, always just in time in the 2, which is gross. Lotus Knight did really well in Hero last season, so I don't doubt that he could do as well again. And then we have Mick in the 3 seed. I know I looked at his Hero stats. He doesn't have any Hero stats, so this is his first time in Hero. He was 3-6 in the 2 seed, but he's moving to the 3 seed here, so I think that might help him out a little bit. Diamond, we all know, can do really well in the 4, and we got Roofski in the 5. So no stats there, but I think if Roofski could really show some promise, I think this team is going to be a hard team to beat. Then we got Dark Horse team. I call them APM, but their full name is Anyone Playing Maestra. And I think this is a dark horse team because I think it's going to be overlooked. We got Vino Spumoni in the 1, but I think I don't know what it is, but I got a feeling that he's just going to be a player that can really contest in the 1 seed. Doesn't matter his rating. Jammy's in the 2, which is gross. And then you got KSW, kind of a newish player in the 3. We got Wayfair with in the 4, which is really strong. And then you got a close to 300 PR player with Nomad Farmer in the 5. So I think that's a team that you might look out to the end that could do some work with the PR spread that they have. And then finally, we got our overrated team, Bolner Jams 03. This is we got some scrub in the 1 called Ron Mexico. The Big Ted, he's good. I think he'll be fine. Then another scrub in the 3, Donde. And then we got Anful, who's probably the best player on the team, in my opinion. Should probably be in the 1. And then Quaz in the 5 seed. So that's my overrated
Definitely.
team for the
Yeah,
season.
no, I have to agree with you on overrated team. First, me in the 1, garbage. Ted in the 2, I got to disagree with you on Ted. Ted's garbage. In the 3, we got Donde, he's garbage. In the 4, we got Anfal, he's good. And in the 5, we got Quaz, and he's garbage. So, I mean, this team is just hot garbage. I mean, whatever you rated this team, if it wasn't dead last, you overrated this team. So, it's a good pick. I support it.
And I gotta say something. I don't know. I think Mako did this, and I might get in trouble for saying this. But on the sheets, this team was labeled F Donde, EFFF Donde on the sheets, and Donde didn't know how to fix it, so it was stuck as F Donde for a very long time. I still have a screenshot of it too somewhere.
That's fantastic.
And so I was like, Donde, did you rename your team? He's like, no. So
I'd be down with that as our team name, honestly.
Anyway. But we'll move over to Legacy Series, and I chose Lotus Knight, Dr. Lotus Knight, who is actually not playing in Legacy, so that means that you're going to have a very unbiased opinion. So here we go, Legacy Series.
Of course. So my very unbiased, and I would dare say perfect opinion. Yeah, let's say perfect since it's unbiased. The best team, for sure, no chance it's wrong, is Agent PWE Elemental and the Light Showers. And I think that team is crazy. I mean, you have Agent PWE in the 1, Nails in the 2, who's been oscillating in top 10 legend all the time. Geranium Battle in the three, who's a really solid player, rookie of the season in Hero. Canoe in the four, who I believe has been in THL for a while, has a good performance. And then you have Roofsky again, one of the very few THL people, only two of them, in fact, to have met me in person. So
Oh,
this is a really strong team.
I thought you had
how
that
do you
snippet
think
for
that
why
will
they're strong.
impact their legacy performance?
I mean, whenever you see me, you just do a lot better. That's why. Um, I
Solid.
do have to give Dark Horse to Avi's team because I think most people are sleeping in All Pros missing. Avi, the only player to have a winning record when he didn't play Hearthstone a whole season. He went 8-4 in the 1 and 2 seed without playing Hearthstone in Hero. It makes no sense whatsoever. Um, he's 10, who's very common in high ranks. Bone Masher, who I think is a player due to breakout performance anytime. Cherub and Chewbacca. So I think Alper's missing is a dark horse here,
You know what's really
and it's
funny?
going.
We both picked our dark horse in Hero and Legacy. Was both of them are Bone Masters teams. That's kind of funny and hilarious.
Nice.
No pressure. Bone masher, no pressure.
I do have to say though, overrated. Well, it has to be the Zilfs. The Zilfs,
I love
yeah, they won last time, but yeah, it's Donde, right? We all
They
know
were
it's
clearly
Donde.
carried by Coles, and Coles is gone. They replaced him with the Big Ted. Garbage. What are you doing? Absolutely a disaster. Zilfs are going down.
How does how
You
does
love
how does
Smart
Brushy
pick.
Tuna how does Brushy Tuna say garbage?
Garbage.
Garbage.
He stole that from me, but that's all right.
how do you get over losing better Donde? Like you lose Coles. Jammies is good, but you still kept Donde. Like the better thing was just to throw Donde away. But since you couldn't do that, he's the captain. Eh,
Unfortunate.
it's unfortunate.
See, this is what you get for being head of content. If you're Donde, the content perpetually bashes you. You're welcome.
Well, I will stay still love for Donde though. He was amazing in the in Family Feud.
Yeah, it
Dante.
was really fun to beat him up then too.
Me.
Speaking of Ron, a weird transition here. You're going to do Pro Series for us now.
All right.
Speaking of beating up Donde, it's your
Yeah.
turn.
Yep, here we go.
I love it. So, my picks for pro, the top team, I gotta go with For the Clowns. This team just blows me away. It's insanely good. German Shep, who has been like completely dominant by the way in qualifiers recently. He just like plays a few and just wins qualifiers. He's a monster of a player, always has been, and does well at Masters tours, just like a top tier player, and he's their one seed. Number two is Nails, which is absurd. Number three is three-time reigning champion of crossover player of the season, Neji Boston. That's the three seed. The four, I mean, obviously, seeds don't really matter in pro, but just like all of these guys can play in the one or wherever. Pascoa, are you kidding me? They got Pascoa, who's like a pro level player and was like inches away from getting GM in the most recent Masters tour. Who's currently in their four to start the season. And I mean, the only mistake here is Super Chicken. Super Chicken, garbage. But that's okay. The rest of the team's going to carry you, Chicken. You'll be fine. But yeah, this team looks incredibly good. And then, of course, Dark Horse team, I got to go with Make Love, Not Warcraft. And I know like all my teams are coming from the Black Conference, and I didn't want to just completely overlook Pink, but these teams just really jump out to me. This team, I think they aren't going to get as much press as some of the other teams with the stacked rosters that we're seeing. But this is a bunch of really good players. I think we've got Pocket Train, Sergeant Teabag, and Flawless Slays in the top three. Solid players who've done well in limited THL experience so far, from what I've seen, and two fantastic streamers at the bottom with Draco Cat and Ronak. Ronak recently actually won a qualifier as well, and he beat Neji Boston on his way to do it. Draco Cat, of course, everyone's favorite demon hunter streamer extraordinaire who I think just got Twitch partner as well. So this team is very fun. I'm very excited to see what they can do, and I think they're definitely going to make some waves in pro season coming up. And then as far as overrated, I mean, come on. Brushy too. You kidding me? They got Donde on this team now. First, Captain Ron, which, me again as captain, that's just a
Garbage.
terrible move.
Garbage.
Garbage. Don't even know why I was given captain. I got Lotus Knight on the team though.
He's
He's
pretty
good.
good.
I got Based on the team. She's
He's good.
amazing. But then, we really fall off a cliff. There's me, DeSharmo, and Donde. And that's just
Garbage.
disaster. So, we're going down. If you rate us anywhere but dead last, you're wrong. We're dead last.
And thank you so much, Saku, for 3 years. This is his 3rd year anniversary for supporting the THL. Thank you so much, Saku.
I love Saku.
Who doesn't love Saku? If somebody does not love Saku,
They
please
can
tell
talk
me.
to me.
Please
They can
tell
come
me,
talk to me.
and then I'm going to send them to Steffi.
They can have
Nice.
a conversation with me.
All right.
There you have
Speaking
it.
of Stephanie fighting people in the parking lot, let's transition to
Yeah, I know. Let's transition to,
Awesome.
if I can
Excellent
find
transition.
it. All right.
Keep it in the air. Just, well, Steffi can take whoever wants to fight to the
Here we go. I actually didn't
Ooh.
write down the overrated team there.
That's okay, because remember, I was indifferent. I was very indifferent. So now you guys are going to be surprised. You're not going to know what I'm going to say.
Ooh, I like this.
All of them are overrated. No, that's a joke. So
all of them but mine.
I want to premise, because it's me, and I have to premise, as we all know, I would have picked my team for top team, but I was told I wasn't allowed to do that, so I didn't. So instead, I picked the second best. No, I'm just kidding. This was actually really difficult because there's 8 teams this season for Battlegrounds, Beta. But I actually went with the tried and true concede your match because you know what? They've been trying so hard these last 2 seasons. And maybe this will be their season. Maybe. So we have Agent PWE, the letter W, Little Ninko. I think I said that right. And your mom kid. I never, for
like
a while, asked Saku.
I'm going to call him Little Nenko now.
Is that wrong? Because that's what I would call them when I was casting. And I know I was corrected a lot for certain names. Little don't know if that's correct. Anyways, that's
it's,
what I always
it's Lol Nenko, by the way.
What is it?
It's Lol Nenko.
Mm.
He genuinely hates. Well played, Steffi. Well played.
Lol, Ninko. I do say that your team is going to win if it's not a risky refresh. So, good job. Congrats. Thanks for being consistent, you and your team. Honestly, though, these are people to watch out for. If you play Battlegrounds, you know these are people to watch out for. And then for the Dark Horse team, I had to ask what that meant because at first I didn't know. And apparently it's the team that maybe is overlooked but has potential to take it all. And I was like, interesting. So I was looking through, and this was really hard for me to pick because honestly, I recognize like all of these teams. And like these 8, even though I know previously we were talking about the 2 teams that are no longer competing this season as like the best of the best. I don't know, it's so close. So it's like I feel like everybody has potential and nobody's overlooked. So this was a hard one for me. But I ended up, and I know I'm gonna say this name wrong, so I'm really sorry in advance. I picked Venarius Virtuosos.
I
Did I
think
say
you
that
got that
right?
right.
Oh, nice. One Steffi. So
Also, real quick, Saku
Yeah.
came in with 5 gifted subs just now. What a legend.
Saku. He is the best. See, this is why I'm gonna
Yeah.
fight somebody in the parking
He
lot
gifted
for
a sub
Saku.
to Lil Nanko.
I'm so sorry. Don't bully him or me.
Oh, poor guy. Steffi out here making new enemies.
That's all I know, honestly. That's all I know how to do. Um, just kidding. So this team is with I'm gonna say this wrong too. My pronunciation is not my forte. Is it Yachter? Yachter?
Youngster.
Yeah, that one.
I mean,
Yachter. Phoenix.
don't worry.
Yes,
You
let
guys are
us
gonna
know.
talk at the same time, like 3 times in a row.
Yes, let us know.
Pronunciation, because I've been messing it up the whole show for like I don't know how many seasons now.
That's just what I do. That's just part of who I am. Um, but I like to try to say it correctly. That's why I always have to be corrected. It just never sticks. Then we got Dr. Fish, one of the nicest people in the THL. I think we all can attest to that. He's such a little sweetheart. And Ligor, Ligor. Is that how you say that?
It's-
That's how I'm gonna say
you
that.
made it
That
sound like
sounds really
French.
cool.
Ligor.
Ligor.
Seems good. I support it.
I could just see this team
Ligor.
being overlooked. Ligor, Ligor. Yester. Saku coming in hot with the chat, helping me out like he does when we cast. I appreciate this. But yeah, this was again really hard to pick because I'm looking at all these teams, and honestly, I feel like all of them have potential, which is again battlegrounds plug. I think it's gonna be a great season. But then I had to pick an overrated team. And so again, originally I was like, I'm not gonna be mean. I'm just gonna pick my team. But I'm like, I don't want to lie to the people. So we got to be honest here. So I ended up picking Dondaith
Yep.
for the overrated team. But let me tell you why. There's a very specific reason. I already told the boys. Listen, Jammies, you're cool. You're not the reason. Mayanadon, you're cool. You're not the reason. Brushy Tuna, you're part of the reason. You understand. And then Donde, because I'm jumping on board of let's give Donde an extra hard time so he can just like make it to the finals and kick everybody's butt because that's what he likes to do. Add him fuel to the fire. But yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yep.
I'm with you on this. I say Tuna has been too far away from Battlegrounds, and his days of winning the
doesn't know.
community championship are behind him. He's living in
Garbage.
the past. He's gonna be garbage now, and Donde's always terrible. So
Garbage.
this team's totally overrated. I dig it.
Watch that.
But no, it's gonna be a good season of Battlegrounds. All these teams look incredible, and I'm so excited to play. So it's gonna be good.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of exciting content in store for you this season. Our 19th season of THL. I can hardly believe it. It's been around for so long, and you guys all make this such an awesome and fun community. And that is our preview for now. And next week we're going to be coming at you with some recaps of the week as it is when it's underway. We'll get to see who are our front runners. Who may be underwhelmed in the first week, but they're long seasons, so there's a lot of time to jockey for position and see who's going to come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and next week we'll be back with a traditional Heartcenter show because we'll actually have matches to talk about.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I love that. Consistency.
That's going to be fun.
And
So much enthusiasm.
and we might dabble a little bit into wild here and there. It's something that we might do, but don't expect it.
Yeah, up to the Wild crew. If they need us to cover Wild, we definitely will. We're always happy to talk Wild. If not, we want to leave that kind of in their domain because there's more to talk about, especially with the EU version of Wild. But just stay tuned, of course, to the Discord and to this Twitch channel as always for all things THL coming your way.
Coming in hot.
I think that's all we have for you guys for tonight, though. Other than we could talk about nerfs a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
since they didn't really happen, we thought they would.
Yeah, it looks like nerfs are not happening until early next week, so I don't know if they're going to be announced anytime soon. So
Just speculation on flow, right? That's about
Yeah.
it for
I'm-
the main one.
I'm going to guess, just off the top of my head, I'm going to guess they're going to do something to Hunter. a little bit. Like nothing. I think it's going to be a slight nerf to something. I don't know what it is, but it'll be like a slight tweak. It's not going to drop its win rate down a lot, and I think they might even do something to Paladin again. I think Paladin might get another.
Rexar alone, okay.
So that's where I'm at.
Honestly,
And definitely Flo. Flo's got to go.
Flo's got to go.
Flo's gotta go.
I like
it's
this
gonna be
chant.
Flo and Pack Runner. I think Pack Runner is going to have two.
Hey, whoa, chill, easy on that. All right, I'll settle down.
Easy, champ.
It's way
Listen,
too good.
buddy.
Buff Priest, Nerf Hunter.
Oh, all
Huh.
right.
We all know you loved that Priest meta last season, Ron. That was your
That's
favorite
enough.
meta.
That's enough of that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything except for our upcoming shows to talk about. If we want to go through our final words on the night.
Go for it, Ron. You're the boss.
So, all right. Final words for me. As always, just excited to be back and doing Heartcenter's things again. Looking forward to the season coming up. We've got some great shows incoming as well for you with Tavern Talk on Wednesdays, our match shows starting on Thursday and rolling through the weekend. Mako's going to be back with Around the Saloons, probably every Monday.
No,
Maybe not.
I think it's
Mako.
bi-weekly. I think
it's
Maybe
bi-weekly.
every 2 weeks. Maybe not. It's Mako. Maybe every 4 weeks. I don't know.
I see what you're doing. I see.
It's
what you're doing.
Mako.
But yeah, no, we'll have some awesome Monday shows occasionally, maybe even some Monday tournaments, depending on what Desharmo might be organizing for us. So as always, just kind of stay tuned. Discord, this spot right here, and we'll be seeing you again soon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lotus Knight.
Steffi, how about you? You want to go in that order? Lotus, go ahead. Final words.
Oh, you didn't say anything, so I was like, awkward silence, and so I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Lotus, let's talk at the same time. You ready?
Do it.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Lotus. Take the stage.
Okay, so we have a few surprises. First thing I want to say is there are some new things in content. So the Wild Show, Rotted Zombie and Marty are taking over Thursday, and it's not going to be a nighttime show. It's actually going to be an EU-friendly time because we have a EU series now. So it's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern to make sure our EU friends get access to the show. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a bi-weekly show starting next week. So keep your ears out for that. The other thing is we have a new host. Wild9 is taking over Salty Saturday. So new crew for Saturdays. Very excited for everything that is going to happen then. This week, there's already one match in Yellow Dart versus Anfall for Hero. So that's going to be super exciting. If you would like to cast on Saturday nights, you can DM me. We are looking for casters for Saturday night or for Sunday afternoon. If you would like to play your match on stream, you can DM me. We're still looking for matches for Saturday night, Sunday night, and Saturday afternoon. So please DM me if you're interested. And we'll find you a spot. We'll arrange everything. It's a lot of fun. Play on stream is not as tense as it sounds. There's also a wild match on Saturday, FYI. We're having our first streamed EU wild match. So keep an eye out for that as well. Yeah, I will say please play on stream. It's a lot of fun and you get good casters, you get our insights. I really recommend playing on stream. Ron can say it's a lot of fun, right?
Except when I play you on stream. But yeah, no, it's great. I love playing on stream.
My first ever THL match was on stream against Blue Sombrero, and I beat him.
Wow.
See, so it's good luck. So everybody,
Hey,
go
you're
ahead.
BG's caster mate. I didn't know that was your first one on stream.
Oh
That's
yeah,
awesome.
well, he was the first person I played in general in THL, and it just happened to be on stream.
My first match
Crazy.
was versus Booze.
Oh, we love Booze.
Nice.
Yep.
Did you beat him?
I did. I brought Rush Warrior when Rush Warrior was terrible, and I swept him with it. Poor Booze. He was a that was right back when he was like a 550 player too, or really close to the 500. I think was a PR at the time.
Very cool.
I
Interesting
like
fact.
DeSharmo's final words. I kicked Booze's sword
That's not my final words.
to
I still
pass.
get to talk.
On to Steffi. I'm
I
just
just want
messing with you.
before Steffi talks, I do want to say Steffi was actually my first loss in THL, my second THL opponent.
That's right. When I had it, guys, you better watch out if I ever play standard again.
Right.
Is it my
So,
turn?
wrapping up, who wants to go next for final words?
Go ahead,
I just want to say
Steffi.
thank you
Steffi?
guys for having me. That's it. I got easy. I'm easy breezy. Thanks for having me. Watch the battlegrounds at 9 p.m. on Friday and at Sunday. That's when I'll be casting. But other than that, thanks for having me, guys. It's always a lot of fun.
Nice, short and sweet. Pleasure to have you. And lastly, DeSharmo, take it away. Final words on the night.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to be doing opping here, and so I'm maybe a little bit rusty. I think tonight went smoothly for me. I'm going to try to make things a little bit better, and maybe Ron and I will probably work a little bit better and not have those extended silences. We got to work on that. Ron.
No, I'm just gonna stay silent, like for as long as I can.
It's a
Just
staring
blink.
contest.
I know,
with
right?
chat.
We
Just stare
everyone's
in the camera. And whoever blinks first, us or chat, loses.
Yes.
Nice.
That's how it works.
But yeah, working out the kinks.
Yeah,
on,
we'll work out
the new season.
Yeah, we'll work out the kinks. Ron is still the boss. I'm just the guy here opping. So.
Solid.
And lastly, I want to just say that, yeah, Maniac Mondays is coming back. It will be back about 2 weeks from this week. I'll announce something this weekend. I haven't really fleshed out exactly what they're going to be. I may be floating around a interest form. We do want to kind of keep the tournaments different, but not too kooky where people are not going to want to play them. So. Just stay tuned for that. Yeah, that's all I got.
Any spoilery hint on what's coming?
I don't, like I said, I don't really have anything fleshed out yet. I was thinking, but kind of wanted to leave it up to the community, was maybe just doing a standard week, first week. I always thought that, getting THL players some experience in some matches is, after the nerfs, is going to be good. Get some people some idea on how their decks are going to work out. So that's my thought.
Like that idea.
And then maybe move over to Wild, because Wild always gets a big hit. Do some Wild Last Hero Standing, Wild Regular. Maybe we'll do some Battlegrounds was a thought at some point. Just a lot of different
Saku
ideas.
in chat knows what's up. Nas.
Yeah, Nas.
Always Nas.
And Nas is definitely
as much Nas as possible.
Yeah, Nas is definitely one of the. Seeing people rush in these miracle decks with Nas, that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll be the rule. Everyone brings a miracle deck, miracle druid, miracle rogue. I don't know. Just throw auctioneers in your deck, and that's your requirement, plus Nas. Anyway.
There you go.
But that's about it. That's all I got. I'll just stay tuned for that.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's our show. Thank you all for tuning in, as always. Appreciate you stopping by, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week when we've got some matches for the season to recap. Until then, as always, we love you, THL, and have a great night.
Bye.